नमस्कार, मैं हूं सुदेश भोसले और आप देख रहे हैं न्यूज़ टुडे।
Years and years ago was the most important to you. Do you have an eye for people who do you see signs, because you're a big pundit on BBC TV now, have been for many years. Do you have an eye for spotting qualities in somebody on camera that shows they're going to be a champion? I'm thinking of Neeraj Chopra, the Olympic and world champion for India in the javelin. Have you seen things in him, for example, that say, there's just something about him?
Oh yeah, that's clear. There's a sense of real focus and commitment of what he's going to do. You can see, and his attention to detail. So lots of things you've got to strip back. You know, sometimes when he throws a javelin, you see him throw himself on the floor, and people will go, "That's an untidy throw." But the javelin's already gone. He's already released it. So what you've got to look at is the precision, what he's done to get the javelin in the right position, to put his whole power train through that single point and watch that flight go. Don't worry what he does on the floor moments after. It's how he actually releases that. So when you see all that really clear perspective of what these athletes are doing, watch them on the line when they're going to approach the run-up. Look at their feet, look how they accurately always hit their check marks without even looking down on the floor. When you see an athlete who is that consistent and has the talent, you know this is pure quality, and it does excite you. And then you just wait for that magical moment when you go, okay, today's the day, he's going to hit one.
After the pole vault, which is just insanity to me, and they have to have so many qualities to be great pole vaulters. The hurdles is probably the other discipline where you can have a bad accident. You one tiny error, you clip it, you go down at massive speed, you get tangled up with that wood and the metal and the weights and so on. It's pretty dangerous. So your attention to detail, as you've just been saying, was what you spent a lot of time on. But you're beginning to coach somebody who's pretty useful now. Tell us about that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a young athlete by the name, well, he's not so young anymore, right, in relative terms, but a young athlete by the name of Andrew Posley, and he's a really good quality athlete. Now, he, first of all, was coached by my coach way back in 2012. But unfortunately, my coach decided that it was time for him to retire because he didn't want to see someone through another 20 years of his own personal life, which makes sense, right? And then Andrew kind of moved around a couple of coaches, and now I've eventually got my hands on him and dragged him back down to Cardiff to work without me full time. And I've made so many significant changes already with him technically. It excites me to see what he's going to do in the competition field, because he's more than capable. He's already been a world indoor champion, he's been European indoor champion, he's been a Commonwealth Games medalist, he's been an Olympic finalist, world finalist, he's done more. Well, all of them really related to young people in that sense. So I've done some mobility books, because for me stretching was really one of the biggest parts. I'm really short for a world-class high hurdler, right? So being so short, I realised that stretch and flexibility was the only way I was going to be able to get myself over the barrier as well. So, we tried to use lots of the books in educational ways in that sense. So that was really one of them. The other one was called Life's World Hurdles in that sense, and that was about talking about what it's like to grow up in South Wales, and then add into that my career, but the difficulties of writing this particular book. It all had to be with words under 5 letters long, because it was to help people to learn how to speak English. So that was a challenge in itself, to just think about all the right words that you want to use to explain your storyboard in that sense. So lots of things that I write about really, and all linked with the education, because to me I think that's really important.
Well, of course, I know Chopra, of course, for a great javelin thrower, and I've seen some of the successes you had in the Asian Games. Actually setting a couple of records, 3,000 meters, etc.
So what will be your last message?
Yeah.
So what will be your last message to the participants of the Tata Steel TSK? What is your last message?
My last message to everybody competing is please come down and have fun. That is the first starting point for everybody. If you want to be competitive, that's great too, but Fun is always the most important thing. Enjoy it because it's a rare occasion.
What's your message to Bengal running community?
Oh, do you know, one of the most important things again is let's just enjoy everything that's happening around you because we're only here on borrowed time, so make it a good time.
And any message to budding sports person?
The most important thing again is to work hard in what you're doing and love what you're doing, because if you love it, it will allow you to work hard at it, and if you work hard at it, you get good at it. Oh, I'm so excited about it here. I mean, when I see everybody and hear the conversations and seeing how the event is sold out already, it just excites me so much. 17,500 people is a lot of people that are going to be running on the road, so it's going to be fantastic to see that.
And what about Kolkata? How are you enjoying it?
So far it's been so good. Let me look at my watch now. I've been looking. I've been here now 14 hours, so it's been a good whirlwind 14 hours. I'm looking forward to having some of those sweets later.
Yeah.